In this video, we will be looking at making a scatter plot using your TI Inspire calculator. These are the instructions. You should copy them down. From the home screen, we're going to first hit the New Document, number 1, then go number 4, List and Spreadsheets. At that point, we'll enter the X values in column A and the Y in column B. We'll then title column A as X and B as Y. We'll then hit the Menu button. Then Data is number 3, then Quick Graph. Pause the video at this time and copy down these instructions. So, what is a scatter plot? Well, a scatter plot is, like the name indicates, it's a plot where there's some points scattered about. Now, they may be linear if there's only a couple of them, or they may be have a linear form, but not necessarily be in a perfectly straight line. And we're going to investigate that situation here. So we have some paired data, X and Y. The domain elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We see that 4 is listed 2 times, and the range elements are these. This relation is not a function because 4 has 2 pairings. We see that 4 is confused. Well, now we are going to see if we can make a scatter plot using this data. Okay. Following along on our directions, it says from the home screen. Well, you get to the home screen by simply pressing the on key in the upper right hand corner. First, it says New Document. You see that's the selection number 1. I'm just going to strike number 1. In general, instead of using the mouse pad, the cursor, picking the numbers you're going to find typically to be a little more fruitful, a little quicker. After number 1, New Document, we're going to hit number 4, Add Lists and Spreadsheets. So I strike the 4 key, and then I get this spreadsheet. You can adjust the brightness on your calculator by holding down the Control button, and you see the plus and the add and subtract down here. You'll see the add will add brightness, make it brighter, and the subtract will make it a little more dim. And I'm going to make it a little more dim for the purposes of seeing it on this display here. All right, so now we're given this spreadsheet. I will now enter the X list, the domain elements in list A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next, I will enter the range elements in list B. 17, 13, 5, -3, -18, -30, and -40. Next, the instructions say to title column A as X and column B as Y. So I will scroll up to the top and title column A X and title column B as Y. All right. Now I will hit Menu and then selection 3 for Data and then 9 for Quick Graph. Now we are prepared to produce our scatter plot. First, I want to consider, will this be a positive trend or a negative trend? I notice that as the X values increase, the Y values decrease. So I expect this to be a negative trend. I will come down to my X axis. I will hit Enter or press the middle of the mouse pad and select the X variable. I saw the points move around. Now I will come to the Y axis. Again, pressing the center of the mouse pad and selecting the Y variable. And there we see. We have our scatter plot. And indeed, it is a negative trend. As the X values increase, the Y values decrease. If we drew one line through these points, a best fit line, that line would have a negative slope. We could also go back and change the name of our x and y axis. Perhaps we're identifying the x variable to be hours. And the y variable to be miles. Now I could come back and make that appropriate change on my graph. This is now labeled hours. This is now labeled miles. So we can give our graph some meaning in context. If I want to remove this data, it's very simple. I will return to the home page. I can hit New Document again, and then it says, do you want to save unsaved document? I will simply select No, and now all of that is gone.